and the futures are set to open lower. Obviously, as countries around the world shocked that we overcharge you guys, and you're on the losing end of a lot of our deals. It's ridiculous, folks. We're gonna get into it. You have to go to the Facebook Top Gun Options page, obviously Facebook.com/Top Gun Options, and you have to watch the interview yesterday on Comedy Central, CNBC, with the former Nucor CEO. He takes these three quote unquote financial journalists to the woodshed. It's comical to watch this, and just the stupid looks on their face. Couldn't agree more with former CEO Dan D'Amico. He's like, first of all, the average price of a car, if all this happened, would go up by about $37. If you can't find that in your couch, you shouldn't be buying a car. And second of all, he's like, this is for all of your viewers, Tyler and the other two clowns, this is a BTFD. This is a buy the dip opportunity. And all the presidents do is trying to right significant wrongs that we've been on the the band end of a deal for decades. So you have to watch this interview. It's classic. I have this saved to my favorites, and I'm going to watch this every once in a while because it's awesome. Real quick, though, before I forget, if you're interested in grabbing a slot here at Top Gun Options, we're opening up our squadron next week for a full week of live trading and training, kicking off Monday night at 8 p.m. All you have to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/joinft. That means join full throttle. For a full week of live trading and training, it's all on me. It's all complimentary. I'll even throw in a copy of our OPCL, the Options Pocket Checklist, and also our 7-step trade plan. That's on me as well. So here's the flight schedule of the entire week. You should not be trading this market alone, folks. We've had an absolute blast. We're up nearly an average in our portfolios about 45% year to date, which is absolutely insane. And we had an awesome February. If you did not enjoy this volatility or have fun, you're doing it wrong. So join us next week for full throttle. But as I said yesterday, any one of these events would have caused the market to go full freak mode. Putin essentially, go and hunt for Red October here with, hey, we got nukes that can breach U.S. defenses and kill all you people. Where the hell did this come from? So Putin's, and then today, another reason that the futures are down. Trump's, he not only doubled down yesterday afternoon after the market imploded, but he tripled down today. Hey, not only are we going to make these tariffs, we're going to be doing reciprocal taxes. If I'll just read the tweet. When a country taxes our products coming in at, say, 50%, and we tax the same product coming in our country at 0, it's not fair or smart. It's really sad when the president of the United States has to talk to America like they're stupid, but we are. We will soon be starting reciprocal taxes so that we will charge the same thing as they charge us. $800 billion trade deficit. We have no choice. So if you think that yesterday I told my members in one of our live trade briefs, I said, the president has been beating his chest for about a year. I can't remember the last time I heard a president talk about the stock market, maybe in a financial crisis. But obviously this dude was pounding his chest for a year. Hey, under me, look at stock market, 401ks, you're welcome. Nobody does markets better than I do. If you think you think Trump wants to own a market correction or implosion, you're nuts. But he's kind of doubling down. If you look at Zero Hedge, one of the shocking things this morning was overnight, or in our overnight, Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda came out and said, hey, we might take away the punch bowl, their quantitative easing. So without all the other volatility on this would kind of hit our markets as well. Trump, trade wars are easy and good to win, are good and easy to win. So this is, and there's another headline, furious world responds to Trump tariffs, vows retaliation. Seriously? I mean, do we not understand this? Okay. And he was right in his press conference yesterday to slam the idiots in front of him. The Obamas, the Bushes, the Clintons, they all were stupid with trade. And I agree with the guy. But here's the funniest part is how, again, this president has outflanked the Democrats, whether it was on gun control. Sure, I want to ban bump stocks and raise the age to 21. Or DACA. No, I'm not going to let 750,000 people in here legally. I'm going to let 1.8 million, them and their families. Democrats, crickets. How about this headline? AFL-CIO lauds Trump's tariffs. You don't know who they are. They're the biggest union in this country. Union equals Democrats. So the head of the AFL-CIO is praising President Trump for this. What the hell are Nancy and Chuck going to do? Actually, Chuck Schumer was busy yesterday voting against a was a federal judge because he was white. He actually said that on the floor of the Senate, folks. He voted against a dude because he was white. You can't make this shit up. So and this whole Democratic wave coming in the midterm elections, you're right, it is coming, and it's going to wipe them out in a tsunami. Unless, of course, this market, we are in a correction, and it's because of this trade war. I think we're going to. It will be down today, obviously, folks, but we're going to take the weekend shows, everybody talking to each other, phone calls over the weekend to figure out what really happened this week. Yesterday was a bunch of slaps in the face. Not that I had that often, from Putin threatening to kill all of us to the Trump trade war out of the blue to Jerome Powell. I mean, Powell's bullish on the economy, but also says, hey, I don't see signs of overheating. Here's the translation. I think everything's really good, and I don't really have to jump in the pool with that many interest rate increases. This in a vacuum, this should have been okay and helped stop this descent. I thought we were going to chop around. We've been right for the past 2 weeks. We nailed this entire thing, folks, and the chopping around. Now that's a pretty healthy, dive through the 50-day here. Just like I predicted back here, the market does not like being in what I call no man's land here, in between the 50-day moving average and the 200-day. This is trench warfare. There's the Allies, there's the Nazis or the Germans in World War I. Nobody likes running around in here. So that's why we didn't spend too much time in here. We kind of hit a bounce on the 200-day. If we do the same thing, again, this is a buying opportunity, folks. This was the short vol implosion. This is the Trump trade war implosion. What the guy's talking about makes sense, folks. And I laughed as he sat there in his press conference and he said, hey, I was over in China, President Xi Jinping. I said, hey, man, not your fault. I don't hold you responsible at all. If you can squeeze out of us a better deal, God bless you. But, there's a new skipper in charge and we're going to negotiate for a win-win. So God bless him. Love him or hate him. If you've never read Art of the Deal, you have to read it. This guy is maneuvering exactly like a president should, and he's a businessman. This shows you that we need to have not politicians in that office. He's beholden to nobody. And he's been poking the NRA back. Why? Like he said in a brief the other day, he's like, everybody around this table is beholden to special interest groups. Not me. I'm my own special interest group. Anyway, so I love this headline. The Gordon Gekko in me loves this headline. Boom and share buybacks renews questions of who wins from tax cuts. Aside from Nancy Pelosi saying, hey, the couple grand that you have in your pocket extra are crumbs. A limousine liberal from the Bay Area can say those are crumbs. That's her valet fee for a month. But that's real money to people. But if companies with this tax cut windfall buy back their own shares, don't hate the player, hate the game. And I don't hate the game. It's capitalism. I love this. As an investor, as somebody who's in the market, I love this. Buy back all the shares you want. But at the same time, these folks are buying back their shares. They're also giving their employees, bonuses and hiring and acquiring businesses. So don't give me this, this will be a Democratic headline and they'll try and make hay out of this. Like all companies did was buy back their shares. I couldn't hear you over the $2,000 bonus that they also gave back their employees. Wham. But we had green and brown shoots this week, folks. That's why I think Jerome Powell says, hey, I'm bullish and I don't see signs of overheating because we had a couple misses. We had some goods and others this week. Here was another. Q4 revised lower. The Q4 GDP, Chicago PMI was a miss. Consumer confidence, 2,000 highs. Consumer confidence surged to its highest level since November of 2000 when I was getting off active duty in the Navy. That's the last time it was this high. Whoops, goods tumbled in January. So as you can see here, personal spending drops the most in 2 years as saving rate jumps. This isn't good. You might see, well, that's not bad, Wiz. People are saving more. That's bad. They ain't spending it. They're saving it. And so that's not a good headline. So as you can see, we have green and brown shoots throughout the week. So I love this market. This is awesome. Trading volatility. We're probably, like I said, we need to see how today goes. If the bleeding stabilizes, if it doesn't, next week, especially early next week, we're probably going to get bearish on volatility, folks. Remember, you have to be counter-cyclical to what's going on with volatility. Let me go ahead and open up the chart here. So, oh my God, we're all going to die. No, we're not. Maybe we will. Yes, we will. No, we're not. Volatility is going to revert to its mean, folks. And we're going to talk about this stuff all next week. Volatility, a lot of our positions that are looking really nice. I just sent out a text alert on our Amazon trade. So I didn't get filled. We tried to sell a weekly bear call spread that expires today, like the 1502.5, 1505 or something like that. So that one's going to look at max profit. And we have a bull put spread on a weekly that, if Amazon doesn't stabilize here, is probably going to get kicked in the teeth. But folks, this is amateur hour. Remember, what is it, 9:41 a.m. I'm actually going to be heading to the range here in a little bit to go blast some caps. It's a market, man, and sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. So, all right, folks, I got to get running. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll see you next or this Monday night at 8 p.m. as we kick off Air Full Throttle. We'll see you.